Hey guys, it's Marla at Twinstrology. This is the Twin Flame Divine Love Energy Report for the Leo new moon, the first Leo new moon, I should qualify. And we're going to be talking about that and maybe a little bit further out just to see what's coming down the pipeline. If you would like a reading with me, you can visit my website, which is twinstrology.com, and also follow me on Facebook at Twinstrology, where I write a lot of articles and posts too. And those are also on my website. All right, so the first Leo new moon. Yes, there's two new moons in Leo, and we're going to have a full moon in Aquarius, which is the opposite. The sun will be in Leo, the moon will be in Aquarius. So, last time we talked, I talked about the Lion's Gate and how this energy was so much stronger this year. And I mentioned that they were waiting for the nodes to be in Leo. And part of the reason why is because when the nodes are in a sign, that's generally where the eclipses are. So we have this new moon, which kicks us off at 0 degrees of Leo. Then we have the full moon, where the sun is going to be at 15. That's going to be a full moon lunar eclipse in Aquarius. That's going to be on the 7th. And then on the 21st, we have a second new moon that's also a new moon solar eclipse at 28 degrees and 54 minutes of Leo. And, of course, like I said, the North Node is in Leo. We're going to have Mars conjunct the sun most of the time through this transit. So this is some really strong Leo energy. And this new moon is kicking off the opening of the Lion's Gate. And it's at 0 degrees, the sun and the moon at 0 degrees. And the charts that I run when I do my reports are charted for New York City. And at that chart, the ascendant was also at 0 degrees of Leo. So that's a powerful statement about new energy coming in. And we're all about this Leo energy right now. The biggest thing for the Lion's Gate this year is the heart opening that's going to be happening. And we've already been feeling the buildup to it. We've already been going through it. That last full moon in Capricorn triggered a lot of people to release some things that they needed to release, because we're going into this big heart awakening. And we need to let go of those things. You don't want to be fighting this energy right now, because the more you try to fight it, the more painful it's going to be for you. So you got to let go. We're in this period of surrender. It's for your own benefit. So the Sabian for the new moon. A man under emotional stress, blood rushes to his head. And like I said, the Mars is going to be conjunct the new moon. Okay, so remember, Mars is the masculine energy. It's our drive. It's where we want to take action. It's where we want to go. It's where we want to be assertive and where we want to be aggressive, and we want things to happen. Okay, so there's going to be this tension pretty much all while the sun is in Leo to move forward, to get things going, to have things your way. It's also going to help bring out some of that passionate nature as well. But because the way the energy is right now, okay, we're being asked to surrender. So it's going to be tense with Mars there, kind of pushing everyone to move forward. But we have to wait for when the universe tells us to move forward. And so we have this man under emotional stress and blood's rushing to his head. For some of you, that's going to be anger. For others of you, it's going to be that, oh, I want to go forward. I want to do this thing. And the universe is saying no. A lot of this is pertaining to the masculine energy and what the masculine energy is going through and the stress that they're under right now. Because it's not just the feminine that's going through this heart awakening. The masculine is going through a heart awakening too. But depending on where the masculine is at in their journey, they might be a little bit more resistant to it. And the more resistant you are, like I said, the more painful this energy is going to be. And so the universe might be putting people under emotional stress to get them to shift. So remember, you want to be in release and surrender mode. This could also be about a situation. Situations triggering you. Now, I won't say that not everyone isn't going to have opportunities. Okay, I don't want you to misunderstand what I'm saying. You know, this is a new moon. This is new energy. It's in Leo, which is the creative energy. We have Mars there. So for some of you, you may get some opportunities presented to you. What I'm saying is it's not a time for you to push for those opportunities. It's a time for you to just allow the universe to bring the opportunities to you. And then if it's an opportunity that you're being guided to take, to be ready to jump for it. I'm looking at my book about the Sabian symbols. So one of the things it says has a caution, becoming ill through emotional suppression. And that's something that the masculine might be facing right now. Sorry, my neighbors upstairs are having a party, and hopefully you can't hear them. They're all coming out right now. Okay, what else? Losing one's cool is another thing from the book. So like I said, anger or feeling so pushed, some people may want to push back. You may have that sensation of not being able to take it anymore. And I do feel like it's going to be more of the masculine energy, kind of going through these things, but like I've already stated, the more resistant you are, the more pressure you're going to be under. So do your best to let go. So this is the first of 2 new moons, like I said, and it's at 0 degrees. So it's like opening the door to the Leo energy. Now, to have 3 moons in Leo is really showing us that the universe is putting a focus here in this sign. Leo rules the heart. So that's our first sign, that we're going to be dealing with this heart energy. And we're going up in vibration as well. We're opening up a lot of spiritual gifts at this time too. And that is because we're moving more solidly into our heart. Now we tend to think about our spiritual gifts coming from our third eye or our crown chakra, even our throat chakra. But really, a lot of the information that we get comes through our heart. And the more that we can stay in our heart, the clearer our messages and our vision is. So we are going to be going through that. But this Leo energy, it's also bringing us, well, a new beginning because it's a new moon, but it's like new life too. Leo is passion. So it's like we're getting this new lease on life. We're getting more passion in our life. For some of us, passion's been extremely lacking. And I don't just mean in relationships, but finding your joy, finding what makes you happy. I talked about this in my nodes video, but for a while it was just work, work, work when we were in that Virgo Pisces energy. And now it's more time for us to be in joy. And this is really emphasizing that for us right now. If we think about the things that Leo rules, love affairs, creation, or the creative ability. It rules children because what is our creative ability? It's a child is the most creative thing you can manifest. Our hobbies, passion, what brings us joy, our individuality. So we have all this great energy coming in with this new moon. As we go into our heart more, the other thing that opens up is our creative abilities, because things are created through our hearts. This is again Leo. And with Mars there, we're really going to want to be our authentic selves. Show who we are as an individual. Okay, that's also the Leo energy. So what else is going on after this? Well, the day after, we're going to have Venus opposite Saturn. I say the day after, of course it's going on during the new moon, but as astrologers, we look at when the aspect is exact. And funny thing, if you follow numbers, it's going to be exact at 2:22 Pacific time or 5:22 in Eastern Standard Time. So with Venus opposite Saturn, we're needing to surrender. Again, okay, that's another sign. Things are coming true. Remember, I've talked before about Saturn being how we manifest things. Solidifying things in 3D. Well, things are happening, but with that aspect, I feel like you're going to be triggered more into sadness because you feel like you're not creating anything. You feel like nothing's happening. But it's that you have to let go of control. And this is also, Saturn is lessons. So Saturn is going to give you a slap if you're not surrendering. And the slap might be being triggered by something so that you see truth. It's all about having patience. Then on the 26th of July, the Sun conjuncts Mars at 3 degrees Leo. Now this Sabian for this degree is a man formally dressed, stands near trophies he brought back from a hunting expedition. Okay, again, Mars and Sun, you're going to want to push, but just go with the flow. Your individuality is going to be important. But again, the Sabian, to me, is really speaking about the masculine energy and how they're being pressured to change. And I feel like the masculine is becoming more ready to show what they've been doing. The masculine's been doing work, but the feminine doesn't know that the masculine's been doing work because they've been doing it secretly. But more and more, they're wanting to show this side of themselves. More and more, they're wanting to open up. And like with the new moon energy, they're going to be feeling pressured at this time. I'm just going to go over the major things that are happening. August 2nd, Uranus goes retrograde at 28 degrees, 31 minutes of Aries. And the Sabian symbol is the music of the spheres. So again, we're talking about vibration, frequency. Okay, Uranus going direct is assisting us in that heart awakening because it's assisting us in raising our frequency. You know, Dio always talks about Uranus as being the universe. And it's like the universe is putting out this new vibration. And that's waking up our hearts. It's pushing us ever higher. And this is allowing more of the galactic energies to come in. These are the energies that's coming in with the Lion's Gate. The Lion's Gate is connected to Sirius. This energy is coming in, has a frequency that's giving us, it's attuning us to a new level. This higher frequency is helping us with our manifestation. It's increasing our awareness or our perceptions, or in other words, awakening us. And it's assisting us as twin flames in balancing the masculine and feminine energies and getting us both on the same vibration. Okay, most of the time, the feminine is at a higher vibration. That's because the feminine has been leading this journey, but the masculine is catching up now. And as the feminine, you want to keep pushing yourself up, because the higher you go, the higher your twin's going to go. That's why it's important to watch your vibration and do what you can to stay balanced in your energy. Now, as our vibration raises, this is changing your energy, it's changing your energetic field. So things that used to be in your vibrational field are going to be leaving. This can be things, situations, people. And the message I've been seeing over and over is that there's probably going to be a change in the people that are around you at this time, because your vibration is changing, and if their vibration is not changing accordingly, they're not going to vibrate with you. They're going to vibrate out of your field, and you will vibrate in people that are more on your frequency. And as you become higher in frequency, you're going to become more aware of your energy, and you're going to be noticing this more. And when your energy is up here, and then you have interaction with a person that's down at this level, and you're going to start seeing your vibration go, whew. And you're going to start saying, no, I can't do that. I can't be in that person's vibration anymore. Or, they're pulling me down and I don't like that sensation of being pulled down. You're not going to want to be around that person anymore, or you're not going to want to listen to what that person is saying. And if they're, behaving in a confrontational way with you, even more of a reason that you have to leave. So this is going to be pushing a lot of you that are still in your karmic relationships to make changes, because your vibration is getting further and further apart. And it becomes so uncomfortable to have to deal with people that are not on your vibration anymore. And again, it's that pressure. Feeling like you're in a pressure cooker would probably be a really good way to describe the energy that's coming in. Now, if you're in a good spot, and if you've been doing all your work and you've been releasing stuff and you're in the state of surrender, then this is going to be great for you, because your vibration is going to be high. You're going to be full of joy. You're going to be loving life. But if you've been struggling and you've been trying to hold on to things, and not just for the last few weeks, guys, I mean, some of you have you've been at this for years and you're refusing to let things go. And no matter how much you get pressured, you refuse to let it go. If you're not surrendering, it's going to make it that much harder for you. You may feel triggered, or you may struggle with keeping your vibration maybe very up and down. And so I'm feeling like that could trigger emotions in people, when you're up and then down. Now, saying that, okay, because I know people are going to write to me and they're going to say, well, what can I do, Marla? I'm not in the state of surrender. What can I do? Well, if you are not in that place of surrender, number one, don't be in resistance. Okay? Don't start going, oh my God, I got to surrender. Because, like I'm saying, that's just more resistance. You have to accept where you are. I mean, some of you, you've only been on this journey for 3 months, 6 months, a year. That's not a long time. You get to surrender when you're meant to get to surrender. But you still have to be an active participant in your own healing. So you can't just say, I'm not going to do nothing. I'm going to let the universe handle this. You have to take an active role. I wrote a post the other day and I said, the universe can do so much to help you. The universe can create miracles, but the one thing the universe cannot do is heal your inner self, heal your inner wounds. How can it? It's totally dependent on you. The universe will create every opportunity to assist you in your healing, but you have to take an active role. You have to want it. You have to work towards it. Even if it's just setting the intention. And it's a new moon. It's a time where we set intentions. So maybe that's something that you want to write down when you're writing down what you want to manifest. And I strongly recommend that everyone take the time to do a little manifestation ritual at this new moon, because of this powerful energy that we have coming in and the powerful creative force that's going to be coming in. So you might want to write down, I am healing myself. Ask your guides. Just say, I would like to heal this. Maybe name something. I would really like to heal this. And believe me, the universe will assist you. The universe will bring you a person, a book, an article, a Facebook meme, a friend, whatever it needs to for it to get the message to you of what you need to do to heal. You just have to be open to it and not resisting. So how to do a new moon manifestation ritual. Very simple. And I have an article on it that I'll bring up again. Get a sheet of paper. Write down some things that you want to manifest. Make sure that you write them in a positive form. So, for example, I just said, I am healing myself. That's a positive way of saying it. Let me think of a negative way that you would say that. Well, you might say like, universe, I just can't heal myself. That would be putting a negative energy towards it, and you don't want that. You want it to feel like you're already doing it. You just write those down, and I usually just fold mine up and save them. But I guess some people like to burn it as well. And I guess if you burn it, you're sending that energy up to the universe. I think it's up to you, because truly all of this is just about your intention. It doesn't really matter what particular ritual you follow. And at new moons and full moons, I always like to take a salt bath, clear your energy field. Especially at a new moon, when we got this new energy coming in, it will help. It'll assist you in releasing some of those negative feelings or programs that you're working towards getting rid of. Okay, but I digress. Where were we? August 4th, we have Jupiter square Pluto. Again, this is exact. These aspects build up and they separate over a period of time. So for this one, Jupiter-Pluto, what I saw was a phoenix rising from the ashes. Now, Pluto has the ruler of Scorpio. Scorpio is seen as the phoenix. Most people know Scorpio has the scorpion, but they also are symbolized by the phoenix. But how I'm seeing it is Pluto is where we hide things. It's our shadow side. And yet Jupiter is, faith and blessings. So we're taking our shadow side, all the stuff that we've been working on. We've all on this journey faced our shadow, and we've integrated our shadow. And I feel like that's what this aspect's about. It's showing how we integrated. We didn't deny our shadow. We didn't refuse to look at it. We looked at it and we said, you know what? Okay, yeah, I've got that. But I can turn that around and make that into something positive. So it's like taking what others might think as useless or trash or something to be denied, and we've turned it around and we've made something positive with it. And it's created more faith in us. Some people, when they have to confront their shadow, they can lose faith. But we have successfully integrated it, and we've used it to assist us in building a greater level of faith. And we've renewed ourselves with it. And that's the phoenix rising from the ashes. So technically, that's where I would be ending this report, because I just talk about a few of the major things that are happening in between the moons, the major moon cycle. But I just want to catch you guys up a little bit to what is going on ahead, because this is not just going on in August with the eclipses. Like, it's going to be intense pretty much for the rest of the year. So I left off at August 4th with Jupiter square Pluto. And then on August 7th, we're going to have that full moon lunar eclipse, which, by the way, if you follow numbers, is going to be at 11:11 p.m. Pacific time or 2:11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So the full moon lunar eclipse, it's going to be right in the middle of Leo. Like I said, Aquarius is the opposite sign. So the moon's in Aquarius, but the sun will be in Leo. So it's like we get a beginning, a middle, and an end. I don't want to talk too much about the eclipse because I'll get into that more. But remember, full moons are releases. So it's like we have this new beginning, 0 Aries. We're getting our vibration shifted. But what happens when you've had your vibration up here for a long time? You know, say you're used to having your vibration here, then you raise it up to here. What happens? You have to start releasing stuff. You can't maintain that vibration forever until you let some stuff go. So we'll be releasing some things at that eclipse. Then on August 12th, Mercury's going to go retrograde at 11 degrees of Virgo. Now that's Mercury's home sign. So it's going to be a pretty powerful Mercury retrograde. On the 15th, we're going to have Venus opposing Pluto. Also during this period, we're going to have a grand trine with the Sun and Mars and Saturn and Uranus. On August 21st, we have a new moon solar eclipse, like I mentioned, at 28 degrees, 53 minutes of Leo. And that eclipse is going to be trine Uranus. And actually the trine with Uranus perfects at 2:22 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Lots of numbers going on. September, hold on, I goofed something up with my notes here. Maybe not. Okay, so the Lion's Gate. The Lion's Gate is opening with this new moon because it's at 0 Leo. But I was told in a download that it was going to be the 26th was going to be important for the incoming energy. And of course we know 8/8 has the biggest day in the Lion's Gate. And the 26th is also an 8. And then we're going to be having that energy through the eclipses. And then on August 25th, Saturn goes direct. And what I'm being shown is that the portal, the energy is going to close off on the 26th, which is the day after, which is another 8 day. It will be another 8/8 day. And Saturn going direct I'm gonna wait. I'm not gonna talk too much about Saturn going direct, except to say that I feel that Saturn going direct is also part of the manifestation process that we've been working on, because Saturn, like I've mentioned many times, brings things, it grounds things in reality. It's that grounding force materializes things. So, did I mention about, so the Lion's Gate this year is going to be extra powerful because we have these 3 moons, 2 of which are eclipses, which are 3 times more powerful than the normal moon. And the universe has really been kind of waiting for this all to come together. So it's going to be good. But I'm not done there, because I'm going to tell you about a few more things that are going on. Okay, so August 31st, Mercury re-enters Leo and it's retrograde. So on September 3rd, Mercury conjuncts Mars, and the 5th, Mercury goes direct. So what is important about this? Well, we're moving into September's energy, okay, with the Mercury going direct. September is going to be a big month for twins too. And I'm being told it's because of Mercury is going to be stationing direct on the same degree of the solar new moon eclipse in Leo. Again, we're getting that Leo energy. It's triggering the eclipse energy. And, what is Mercury? It's communication. And, again, I don't want to talk too deeply about this. It's also going to be, like I said, it's going to be conjunct Mars, trine Uranus, which is like a total wild card for communication or any kind of clarification about something that you didn't understand. And Mercury is going to conjunct Mars several times. Then on the new moon, we have on September 20th or 19th, depending on where you are, we have a new moon in Virgo. That's going to be opposite Chiron. And at that time, we're going to have Venus trine Uranus. Then on the 22nd, 2 days later, we have the fall equinox. Then on September 27th, we're going to have a perfection of Jupiter opposite Uranus, and Mercury is going to be opposite Chiron. On September 28th, Pluto goes direct. October 5th, we have a new moon in Aries. And we're also going to have, at the same time, Venus conjunct Mars. Then on October 10th, we have Jupiter entering Scorpio. And then on the 19th, another new moon. So it's not just August, but September and October are jam-packed with astrological happenings as well that are very important. And I forgot to write down the exact date. But besides Mercury stationing direct on that eclipse degree, we're also going to have Mars going over the eclipse degree. And we're going to have Venus in September going over the eclipse degree and triggering the energy of that eclipse. Now, Venus is representing love. I feel like that's going to bring in a lot of energy too to help the twins. Okay, that's enough about the astrology. Sorry, I need to have my glasses on. I still can't see. Oh well, you know what? My videos are long. Take it or leave it. Because I'm going to talk about the cards now. The goddess that's overseeing the Leo new moon is Bridget. Don't back down. Stand up for what you believe is right. And you can see she's got that flame in her heart, the fire in her heart. That's representing the passion, total Leo energy. And with the sun being in Leo, conjunct Mars, we're not going to want to back down. It's going to be giving us a lot of strength. And the drive, the passion to move forward, and the drive to follow our heart, which is so important. And when we're following our heart, we're in surrender. When we're following our heart, we're in line with the universe. This is about speaking your truth, too. The ruler of Leo is the sun, which I didn't even mention. So the sun is going to be very powerful because he's in his own sign. But the sun also represents truth. And that is another thing that I've been getting told quite a bit, is that there's a new level of truth going to be expressed very soon. I did a video a few weeks ago and I talked about illusions crumbling. We think we know the truth, but we don't. We're going to be getting another level of truth revealed to us in many different ways. And I mean that in a positive way. How can the truth not be positive? All right, so the overall energy of twin flame unions at this time is the Ten of Cups. This cup is love. It's having it all. Having joy. It's that deep emotional connection. It's love and happiness. It's also a 10 card, so it represents new beginning energy, or a number 1. It's actually a culmination of one thing and an opening to something new. It's a transition, a 10. The card from the romance angels of where union is overall. Very soon. Clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. No explanation needed. What is positive in twin flame unions at this time? The Tower. Well, some of you may not see this card as positive, but the universe obviously sees this card as positive. And this is representing the walls coming down, the walls crumbling, your feelings of abandonment, your fears of being unloved are being healed. You've kept yourself in that tower. You've been protecting yourself. You've been having your heart closed off. And you can't stay there anymore. And you're either going to take the walls down yourself, or the universe is going to pull them down. But you have to allow your heart to open at this time. You have to free yourself. You want to assist the universe. You do not want to be in resistance when this card is coming up. And the fact that it's in the place of what is positive, it's meant to happen at this time. Don't be afraid. Don't be resistant to it. Allow it to happen. And if you are in alignment with it, it will be easier. You know, sometimes we're so resistant to something. And then it happens and we're like, why? I'm thinking my daughter is so resistant to like going new places. So often I don't tell her, I tell her it's a surprise. And she gets there and she has so much fun, and then she doesn't want to come home. So why spend those, all that time leading up to something, being in resistance and fighting it and crying about it? Trust that the universe knows best for you. What's not working out, or what is a difficulty right now for twin flame unions? It's the Ace of Staves. I feel like for many twins, there is not a lot of passion. And again, I don't just mean in an intimate relationship, but just in life in general, because I think so many people are tired and so many people feel like, nothing's happening. This is a theme really in these cards. This card is creation. But I think people are doubting the creation. And all I can say is let go and have faith, because it is coming. The focus right now for the Divine Feminine, 6 of Swords. So Divine Feminine, I get this is a good card to have as a follow-up to the Ace of Wands, because this is saying you're moving away from the past. You're leaving, you're transitioning, you're going out of a period of darkness, and you're going into better times, happier times. Smooth sailing with this card. You were in rough waters, and now the waters are getting still and they're getting stable. So again, allow that transition to come. How the feminine is feeling about the divine masculine right now. Judgment. I'm not actually thinking about the title of the card, but I'm looking at the image of the card. And I think the divine feminine she's waiting for the masculine to come home. She's waiting for him. I say him, but it could be a female too. Because remember, the energy is not related to gender. They're waiting for their partner to come home. And they're excited. And I think that a lot of the feminine feel that energy right now. Or that you might see like your twin is waking up. The card from the Romance Angels here. How the feminine feels about the masculine. You deserve love. You are lovable. So another sign, masculine energy, that the feminine is it's like the feminine's rooting for you, We're your biggest fans. And the feminine wants the masculine to know that they do deserve love. What is the biggest challenge facing the divine feminine right now? 3 of Coins. Towers. For the divine feminine, the biggest challenge you're facing, it's about, number 1, letting your tower fall completely, and number 2, waiting for the masculine's tower to fall. Because you're feeling lonely. You're like, I've been waiting a long time. I've been sitting outside these walls quite a long time. Reminds me of a poem that I wrote called Walls a couple weeks ago. And actually the image on this card fits it really well, because I talked about the feminine being outside the masculine's tower waiting. And the masculine thinks that the feminine has forgotten about him, that the feminine's moved on, that the feminine is angry with them. But it's not true. The feminine is waiting for you to come out. But also I think, looking at that Ace of Wands again too, you're feeling like nothing's materializing. Because this is about manifesting something in 3D. But I think a lot of the feminine are like, where is it? They're saying, Marla, you've been telling me for 2 years that I'm manifesting my dream, that I'm creating something, and I'm still here waiting for it. And the answer from Spirit about how to overcome your challenge is the Four of Cups. So Spirit's saying, you know what? Why are you focusing on everything bad that's happened? Everything bad that's happened in the past 2 years that you've been manifesting your dream, or everything that didn't happen, everything the masculine did to you, every time you were triggered, every time you fell down. Why are you still focusing on that? Because look what I'm trying to hand you. I'm trying to hand you something better than this. If we would have allowed you to have this, it wouldn't have been enough for you. It wouldn't have lasted. It wouldn't have made you happy. So what we're trying to bring you, this, is so much better. But this takes longer. And this requires you to learn patience. And it requires you to learn surrender. But once you learn that, you won't need to struggle with it anymore. And this is about more than just creating your twin union. This is about you becoming a master creative force in every area of your life. So let go of your fears and your doubts and your sadness and have faith in the universe. The card from the Romance Angels has guidance for the feminine about her twin flame journey. Chemistry, there's a strong magnetic attraction here. Well, my guides talk to me about chemistry all the time and physics, and they explain to me over and over again that the twin flame union is physics. First and foremost, it's simple physics. It's simple chemistry. It's a balancing of two energies, two opposing forces, and they want to come together like magnets. If you're pushing, you're going to push them away. If you're chasing, you're going to push them away. You want to stand still. You want to be in surrender. And the chemistry part is, it's the energy of the divine. It cannot be controlled. And the more you try to control it, the more you're going to be pushing, and you're going to push that force. Okay, like if you think here's the feminine, here's the masculine. If you're controlling, what are you doing? You're chasing, and your energy is pushing them away. You're not letting them come into a balanced state with you. Where if you just stayed here, and then even though they might be doing this, eventually you're going to slow down, and they're going to balance with you. So you don't have to worry about whether your twin's going to come back to you or not. It's physics. It's science. If you do what you're supposed to do, they'll come back. For the masculine, what are they focusing on right now? The Ace of Cups. Okay, they're focusing on their healing. They're purifying themselves. They're returning to love. A lot of the masculine energies have given up on love. They didn't have faith in love, or they were afraid of love. But the universe is pouring the love down on them right now, and they're having no choice but to begin to realize that it's real, and to heal their old wounds, and to let go of some things in the past, and to make space in their cup. It's a time where they're renewing their emotions. How does the masculine energy feel about the feminine energy? Eight of Swords. All right, masculine, every single reading we either get, the Seven of Swords or the Deception card. When is this going to change? Okay, I just heard like Spirit say soon. It's going to change soon because of this Leo energy. And more you're getting that pressure to speak your truth and to be yourself, to let yourself shine. Because of this card, you're not shining, you're hiding. You're sneaking around, you're being deceptive, you're not speaking your real feelings. You're being deceptive. You're hiding in the shadows, you're not coming forward. Running, sneaking away. But what's really coming up? Well, actually, let me say this. So I pulled a card of clarification here. And I got the Three of Cups. So what I feel like is that the masculine energy, what you're feeling right now is that the feminine no longer wants you, no longer needs you. That the feminine is found her independence and she's okay without you. And to a certain level, that's true. Because the feminine no longer needs the masculine. She wants to be with you, but she doesn't need to be with you. And you're used to having someone that needs you. But that's not true love. That's codependency. So you're having to learn what it means to be in an equal partnership. But it's like you're afraid. You're afraid of what the feminine thinks about you or what she's going to do about you. And you're procrastinating about doing anything. But that's okay because, you are going through your healing process, and it's almost like right now what I'm feeling is that you're too raw to really approach the feminine fully right now because of all the healing work that you've been doing. And many of you are still with karmic partners, And that's taking a toll on you. But the card from the romance angels about how the masculine feels about the feminine is reconciliation. Someone from your past is returning to you. So you are wanting to reconnect with the feminine in your heart. It's just a matter of shifting that from inner to outer and actually taking steps to do it. And maybe that will happen when Mercury goes direct, or maybe it will happen while Mercury's retrograde, or maybe it will be the eclipse energy. I would just say don't be afraid to reach out. Because if you look at the cards that the feminine had for how they're feeling about the masculine, they're waiting for you to come home. And they're saying you deserve love. It's hard sometimes for the feminine to kind of see the masculine and to feel them and feel that, to know that they don't deserve love, or how can I say this? Because the feminine has done so much work, and now we do love ourselves and we know how important self-love is. And sometimes when the feminine looks at the masculine and sees that they're still struggling with it and still in situations where they're being mistreated or they're being hurt, it hurts the feminine. But, you know, that's your lesson. No one can make you see that you deserve love except for yourself. You have to want that. What the masculine's biggest block is right now, or biggest challenge, I'll say, not block, it's a challenge. The devil. Okay, again, karmic partners. What is keeping you chained? What is keeping you chained? What is keeping you imprisoned? What is keeping you stuck? Because you can see the man and the woman, they're chained to the devil. And this is just representing what you're doing to hold yourself back. Remember, no one else can hold you back but you. So these are your fears. So it's like a karmic partner is often what is represented by the devil. Your inner fears, your doubts, your insecurities, your addictions. And relationships can be an addiction. Negative thoughts can be an addiction. It can be hard to break these habits, but this is what you're being asked to let go of at this time, because you can't move forward with these chains around you. It's time for you to free yourself. But I will say to you, masculine energies, that you are feeling this restraint very intensely, and you're going to continue to feel it intensely until you decide to free yourself. Because remember, this is what we're doing. The wall has to come down. Free yourself. The card for how to overcome the devil is the Eight of Cups, which is walking away. It's like seeing that energy is not serving you anymore. You know, if it's a relationship, there's nothing left. It's cold, it's empty, it's barren. But whatever your chain is, whatever your ball and chain is, if it's your fears, if it's your addictions, if it's your codependency, you're You're going to be shown that it's not serving you anymore. There's nothing that can come from staying in that behavior. It's time to move on. And this often represents a journey inside the mind or having to go within. And a lot of times, especially when we're leaving relationships or we're thinking about changing some behavior, it has to start within. And we begin thinking about it, planning. Let's say, for example, if you're going to quit smoking, you don't usually just light a cigarette and go, oh, this is going to be my last cigarette. I think I've just decided to quit. Normally you say, okay, I'm going to quit on July 23rd. That's going to be the day I quit. You're going to circle it on the calendar. You start planning it. You start preparing yourself. And I'm feeling like that's what the masculine's doing. I've been getting that for the last several readings, that they're planning. Remember I said something somewhere about the feminine doesn't know the work the masculine's been doing because he's been keeping it secret. It's this like inner planning, or he has been changing. He just hasn't shown it on the outside yet because he's still afraid. And he's afraid of what the people around him are going to think. Or how he'll lose people. Again, I'm saying he, but it's he or she. Who they're going to lose. So they're working on that. The card from the Romance Angels for the Divine Masculine has guidance. Past life relationship. You have known each other before. Well, I'm being told that for some masculine energies, you're being awoken to past life information, which may come in the form of visions or downloads or dreams, or even sometimes just a knowing. Like if you've been somewhere, I know this has happened to me. I've been somewhere and I've just been like, okay, I had a past life here. And maybe you remember something small or something triggers a memory. So you're starting to see the truth of the connection. But perhaps some of you are still running away from that. But, this is a connection that it's beyond a past life connection. It's about, being together since creation, since millennia. You're one. This could have to do with karma too. And the Devil card can represent karma. So it can represent the connection that you have to the divine feminine. Can also represent the karma that you're clearing with your karmic partner. And you are healing things. And I'm being shown over and over again in readings that most of the masculine are healing family issues right now. Trying to clear family karma, and that probably includes, not only karma with their spouses and children, but with their parents and their ancestral line and whatever their ancestral beliefs are. All right, the outcome of this situation. The Star. Just surrender. Just surrender to it, guys. and look. I mean, there's so much on this card that has to do with heart. I mean, the very image of it, this is the god Amor and his wings, and Beatrice, it's like a heart, and he's holding her heart, he's igniting it. But she's resting in his arms. And it's like the gods saying, it's okay. We have you. We have you. We have this. You don't have to worry. You can rest. They're saying so many of you are so tired and you're complaining about how tired you are. Well, just rest. It's your own mind that's keeping you exhausted by having you chase yourselves around in circles when it's not necessary. If you just let go, and there's nothing more to struggle against, there's nothing more to exhaust you. And healing is taking place. And that message was for both the divine masculine and the divine feminine. Stop resisting. It will happen in its right time. You're needing to heal because in order for us to bring this to you, we need you to heal. We need you to be in the right energy. We need you to be in the right heart space. So allow the Lion's Gate to open up your heart and put you in that heart space of creation and acceptance and love. And when you're in that vibration of love, nothing else truly matters. And the vibration of love does not depend on your twin flame. The vibration of love only depends on you and your allowance of that vibration into your energy field. Love is not connected to any individual. Love just is love. It's not an emotion, it's a state of being. Let your heart guide you. The message from the romance angels, calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. Stay positive. It's just another way of saying what I just said with this. Stay positive, stay in the vibration of love. All right, last card. I drew one Journey of Love card for the energy of twin flames in general. And that card is number 45, Hidden Beauty. You are glimpsing beauty, and yet there is more to be revealed. There is more than what you are currently seeing. To attempt to force the vision would prevent you from seeing what is being revealed. Be patient and look more closely. Soften your heart and ask to be shown the beauty in the situation that is being shown to you. Wait, let the vision come alive and you shall witness what was once hidden. This oracle brings you a suggestion from divine guidance. You may think that you see the whole picture, but if you look deeper, you shall see something that brings you much joy, hope, and reassurance. There is a more beautiful perspective here that affirms and nourishes you and all involved in the situation of your life that are puzzling you at present. Take heed and relax. All is as it is meant to be, and soon you will be able to see. Something is being revealed. Now, when I read that, I felt this card as well because there's something hidden in that tower. When that tower falls, it's going to be more than what you expect to see. It's going to be there. And for those of you that are doubting what you're creating is manifesting, you are going to be shown soon that you had nothing to fear, that what you thought was the truth in 3D, what you thought was your reality, and what you knew was going on was nothing but a story that you were telling yourself. And you're going to be very surprised by what is actually coming your way. Thank you so much, guys. Again, my website is Twinstrology. I'll talk to you in 2 weeks for the Aquarius full moon lunar eclipse.